Her car's at home. Her purse is at home. She's nowhere to be found, and the house is on fire. It makes no sense.
This story out of Indiana, a mom missing, and you just heard her sister speaking there. This is taking place in Bainbridge, Indiana. The house was on fire. Nobody was home. The mom was gone. The next day, she still was not home. Britney Gard is her name, 46 years old. Last seen September 30th. The house was on fire October 1st. When they responded, Britney was not inside. Her cell phone was there. Her car was there. The house is surrounded by cornfields. They've been searching these cornfields. And now tonight, some breaking news. Court TV field reporter Cody Thomas has been following this case for us. You've got the breaking news. What is it?
Well, Vinny, after a week-long search, just moments ago, Britney Gard has been officially found alive. The Putnam County Sheriff's Office in Indiana put this statement out. It says Britney Gard has been located in a wooded area 2.5 miles from her residence. She's being cleared by medical staff now. No further details are available at this time, but Vinny, it's just a blessing that this mother of two, she's the mother of a 25-year-old son, a 13-year-old daughter, she was found safely. And Vinny, you know, I was talking with some of her family members, one of her sisters and her brother-in-law all afternoon today, you know, trying to see if they wanted to join us, if they wanted to do an interview with us, to speak on her behalf, to give their side of the story. And then at some point this afternoon, it went radio silence. But now we probably know why it was that way. They were getting this good news here, you know, and Vinny, it's still just a bizarre story, as you were just mentioning. A fire, she's nowhere to be found, her children are nowhere to be found, her car is home, her purse is home, her phone is home. Reporting from the local outlets say that an iPad was found and it seemed to be wiped of information, and then her house is adjacent to a cornfield, and then police are searching 75 acres of cornfield row by row. They're searching nearby ponds. They're using drones to search for this woman. They were asking neighbors to, you know, utilize their Ring cameras to see if they saw something. But luckily, this woman has been found alive, Vinny. But of course, there are still a few more questions and answers. You know, was she seeing someone? Was she married? You know, where were the kids? Was she struggling with something mentally, emotionally, financially? You know, but we just don't know that information at this time. But at the end of the day, this woman has been found safe.
Now that's the headline. Obviously, that's the most important thing. And again, how close to the home was she found? Because her car was at the home where the fire was.
2.5 miles away, Vinny, in a wooded area. So however she got there, it wasn't in her car. You know, we can assume that she walked there, maybe going through the cornfields, going, you know, in and out of people's backyards, through some woods. 2.5 miles away, Vinny, to not be in a car. It's just very strange. It's a very weird situation here. But again, found alive. These children will not have to go on without their mother.
Great news. Cody Thomas, thanks so much. Let's bring back in our think tank, who looks a little shocked right now. It usually doesn't end like this way. Thank goodness it does. But some strange circumstances, especially because of the fire, right? Like, people go missing, but this was someone went missing. There was a fire, and you know, she didn't drive away. She I guess must have walked away.
She was present, basically, is what they're going to be able to conclude, is that she was found 2.5 miles away. You know, I'm not the sportiest fella in the universe. Even I can go 2.5 miles in a couple of hours. If she's last seen, and then the next day there's a fire, there's loss, tremendous loss. My real question is, what's happened since the first and today?
Yeah.
How are you in the woods? Because being in the woods for that long,
if she was in the woods the whole time.
She was in the woods the whole time. That's a long time to be in the woods.
Yeah.
I question whether she's been in the woods the entire time, or if she got dropped off there, or, you know, who knows?
We have
so many questions
much to speculate on. Did she set the fire? What does the arson squad say? What is this, an accidental
fire? What they've said, it was suspicious. At minimum, suspicious.
It's always going to be suspicious, especially when she has disappeared or may have disappeared. Now she's been found. What are they going to do now? Do we find out from her where she was, what she was doing, how she got to where she was located? What do we know? And was there some other extenuating circumstance that forced her emotionally to disappear? And did she set the fire? All of these questions at some point will be answered.
I think what would be interesting is what was law enforcement sort of zeroed in on for the last week? Did they have some people of interest? Because I find it fascinating to see now that we know that she's safe, and ultimately we're going to learn what the story is, presumably, right, from her. I think it's fun to, interesting to juxtapose what really happened versus sort of which trail law enforcement was going down. Because just from a defense standpoint, we know that sometimes there's some theories that develop that are very much detached from the reality.
The facts and the reality. Now, we don't know. I mean, it still could be connected to someone else, right?
100%.
Someone else could be involved, whether it was an abduction or whatever the circumstances were. Let me ask the lawyers, though, right? So now you've got a suspicious fire at her house. She's found safe. Is there a chance that she doesn't speak with investigators?
It depends.
Absolutely.
It depends. If she is guilty of some or a lot of crimes, or potentially guilty, she needs to KYD BMS, keep her damn big mouth shut, because the more she says, the more trouble she's going to get herself into.
This is where the trap that we see all the time is, because everybody's expecting her, if she didn't do anything wrong, to come out and just talk and be fully up front and all that, because she doesn't have anything to worry about. Everybody on this couch has seen absolutely innocent people turned into the victims of over-aggressive law enforcement, because law enforcement wants answers.
How about the public?
And one of the tools
Plus, they could require her to pay for the cost of the search and everything if she doesn't have some great explanation.
If she left voluntarily, right?
Right.
If she voluntarily left.
If it's,
but if it's the result of mental illness, then probably. I mean, you wouldn't. You want her to get better. We don't know what it is, one way or the other.
They'll charge you and put you in prison for your mental illness if you burn down a house. That's the whole point.
Well, the house wasn't burned down.
Don't talk to the police, because the police take wonderful, innocent statements and turn them around. What is the most guilty person?
So you're saying
say?
at this point, don't even talk?
No.
I think it depends.
Because of the fire part of all this.
It depends on what she did or didn't do, and she needs a good lawyer who knows what he or she is doing to advise her, because we don't know what we don't know. You have to know what you don't know, and we don't know anything at this point other than the house burned.
Well, one thing we do know is the response of the community.
Yes.
Is the community owed an explanation here?
Absolutely.
Well, there's another question. Did she have mental illness before? Had she been treated by a psychiatrist, a psychologist, a therapist? That is extremely important and may go toward the core of this investigation.
But until there's an investigation, shut up. Every defense lawyer in the nation is going to say, no, you let me do the talking.
Sherry Papini,
Right. Let me do the talking. You be quiet. I'll answer questions and come get the info from you. Because she says the wrong thing, lock her up in a second.
This, to me, I'm torn here, because I am elated that we're doing a story where someone is found. Right? That's very unusual on Court TV, and I'm happy for her family that they have her. Obviously, something happened here, because she's gone for a week, and she has people in her life that love her. She has a daughter who's 13 years old. She's got a sister. There were people looking for her. There were people worried to death. So I'm so happy that they have her back. I feel like cases like this, because the community is so great, all these towns. I mean, people will do whatever they can to help. And whether it's her or a member of the family, just come out and say, I don't think we need to know the details of it, but we just need to know she's okay, she's not harmed, nobody took her. And then we can move on. I think we can.
And we don't know that at this point. Someone could have taken her.
She was just found. Literally just found.
But law enforcement's going to know.
Right.
And on this, we've been talking about mental health so far all night. And so if this does have some mental health component to it, where she had some sort of breakdown or whatever that looks like, it would be nice if she was given some space.
Right? Compassion.
For them to sort of unwind that and to get her the help that she needs.
My guess is this is a small town. I mean, I was looking at some of the pictures that were taken by our affiliate WRTV of like the downtown area. It's a small community, literal cornfields, like in her backyard, like Field of Dreams. So I think this is a situation where hopefully everyone kind of like exhales and we just make sure that she's okay and the family's okay. But that's great news, for everyone. Missing mom, Britney Gard, 46 years old, back home tonight.